What's up guys, Nate here, and today I'm joined by Joe, and we're going to be doing a Smite tier list on juice.gg's website, and we're just going to be doing this as World starts on Thursday, and just to give you guys an overview of what we think, what gods like, and where they rank. So, say hi Joe.
Hello.
Alright, so let's start here in S Plus with Bologna. What do you think about Bologna?
Um, she's a very easy to use god, and she does a lot of damage. Her laning phase is also really strong because she can poke and box really well against other solo laners. Um, and I think the S plus is fitting for her.
Yeah, for sure. She has the disarm too. She has her ultimate that can be used as like a getaway, or even like it's huge in team fights. Does so many things. So we'll keep her there.
Yeah, she can even
So
play jungle. So,
yeah, for sure. She can play a lot of roles too. That's important. Next, let's move on to Soul. What do you think about Soul?
um, Soul I think is very strong in the carry role. Not
Really?
as, yeah. I don't think
Okay.
she's great in mid lane, honestly.
Well, a lot of people have been hyping up Soul as like one of the most broken characters, most easy to use. She has like a heal. She has like an incredible like auto attacks. So
Yeah, and she can tower push like nobody else.
yeah, she's been banned like in most competitive games, but you're saying she's not that good?
Not in the mid lane role, but
Okay,
very good
yeah,
in the carry role.
yeah, for sure. Do you think she
Um,
stays in S plus though, or would you move her down to S?
I feel like she falls off.
Really? Yeah, she falls off in the late game for sure, but do you think we should move her down to S?
I really do, because she's not like I would pick Bologna before I pick Soul,
Okay, I'll move her
honestly.
down then. All right, next up, Thor.
Thor is probably number one jungle god on PC.
Yeah.
Um,
By the
for
way,
many.
guys, we're talking specifically about PC Smite, not Xbox really. Although Joe does play a lot of Xbox, we're just gonna be focusing on PC for now.
Yeah. Um, Thor is just great because, I mean, you know,
Yeah, he has the semi-global ultimate. He has his three just does like a lot of damage. Um, he has the stun and the teleport that he can get away. Lots of mobility, but do you think he's S plus? Like he's not being picked and banned every game.
I feel like he should not be an S plus.
Yeah, I think I would move him down to S because he's not being picked or banned like as much as Soul or Xingqian, for example. So
Yeah, I banned my Mercury before I banned my Thor, honestly.
yeah, let's move on to Athena next.
Athena, I main support, so I think Athena is definitely the top support.
Yep.
Um, her taunt is just great for CC. She can be played in almost every role except for carry.
Yeah,
And
she has the global ultimate.
yeah,
All
and
right,
she can keep initiating, unlike other
for
supports.
sure. And her taunt just sets up so many abilities. Like if you could taunt it to like a Poseidon Kraken, for example.
Or
So
Medusa ult.
yeah, for sure, Medusa plus Athena is a deadly combination.
Mm.
So I think she deserves to stay in S.
Yeah, she did get nerfed recently. Um, Otherwise, she'd be S plus.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the newest god in Smite, which is Chiron. What do you think about
So
Chiron?
Chiron is strong in three roles,
Oh,
and
Chiron.
that's
Sorry, I was mispronouncing it.
Chiron is strong in the carry lane, obviously,
Yep.
the mid lane, and the solo lane.
Yeah.
Um, his heals are really good, really strong, um, and his kit in general just allows him to have a really good boxing matchup
Yeah, and
because he has.
he can revive himself with his ultimate too, which is insane. Like after he gets a kill with it. So, do you think?
Yeah, but it does so little damage,
Yeah,
honestly,
true.
that he will never really revive.
But would you
Unless it,
pick? Would you pick him the same time that you would pick Soul though?
yes,
Really?
definitely.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
should leave him in S.
yeah.
Okay, let's move over to Geb. What do you think about Geb?
Geb is very strong in like everywhere but laning phase. for support. His clear is average, but his Geb shield and his ultimate are really good in team fights. And his rotations are really strong with his rollout. So, but I don't feel like he should be stayed in S tier. I don't think he's broken by any means. I think that A plus is more fitting for him.
Yeah, he doesn't like. He has the initiation with his ultimate, but like, and he has Geb shield, of course. But I don't think he's as good as him. So I'll move him down to A plus. Next up,
Yeah,
Hell.
Hell has fallen off a lot, I feel.
Yeah.
It's not really the healer meta anymore, I don't think.
She used to be really valued, but I haven't really seen her, at least in ranked, at all recently.
Yeah, it's like Ao Kuang. She got nerfed in a meta change phase.
Yeah.
Where their cooldowns. So I would put her in A, honestly.
That's what I was going to say too, so A. Let's move on to Ho Yi. He's one of the best hunters in the game, great boxing potential, huge ultimate, but I don't... Is he on the same level as Chiron and Soul?
Definitely not.
Okay.
The problem with Ho Yi is he doesn't provide much in team fights, except for his ult. But his ult's like, you can just walk out of it, really.
Alright, so A plus, you say? A plus or A?
A plus.
Okay.
Because he's still pretty strong.
Yeah. And next up, probably one of the top mid lane picks right now, we have Jin.
Janus is very strong with his rotations, and late game at max CDR, he'll basically just be running around the map, shooting at his not his threshold, his
unstable vortex.
Yeah, his unstable vortex.
He just keeps throwing them out for huge damage, and like he can just rotate to so many lanes, and he can farm really fast too, like because he has his 1 and his 3 to just get around the map and farm
and his ult.
easier. Yeah, and like rotate. So I think he deserves that S tier.
Yeah.
Next up, Khepri.
Okay, Khepri. So I have something to say about Khepri. I don't think he's overpowered at all.
Really?
I don't think. He's apparently a flavor of the month, but his abduct is probably the only good part about his kit, other than his clear early game.
I really like Khepri. I think he's one of the best supports. He has a great ultimate, but sometimes it can be a little worthless if like you don't get killed during it. But you say he should move down to A plus?
Yes, because sure, his early game is great. His laning phase, he wins automatically, but late game, his rolling sun, since they got nerfed, you know, they're not doing the damage reduction thing too often anymore.
Alright, let's move him down to A plus. So we have Mercury, like flavor of the month pick.
Definitely flavor of the month.
He has huge damage late game, mobility, but I think something about Mercury is like I think he's a bit overhyped since he is really frail, and if he doesn't get online, he doesn't really do any damage.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we should move him down to A plus. Do you agree?
Yes, because on Mercury you basically have to use your second active slot as sprint.
Yeah.
Or else you don't have the early clear.
Alright.
And
next.
Honestly, he's pretty good, but he's definitely a top tier jungler, but he's not like super overpowered, I feel.
Okay.
I don't think he's on the same level as Thor on PC.
Yeah.
So
we have Osiris next, primarily a solo laner. Has great tank, and I don't know too much about Osiris since I don't really play him or play against him that often. But what do you think about it?
I think that S tier is fair, but it might be pushing it a bit.
Yeah, I'd say move him down to A plus, and then
his slows are really good. Like,
true.
He can slow you and then stun you and then just auto attack you. And if somebody else is there, body blocking, you're gonna die. So
yeah. All right, we have Serket next. Great mobility, good damage, one of the top junglers. Does she deserve S, or should she move down to A plus?
I don't feel that she's broken anymore.
Really?
She
Okay.
used to be she used to be the top jungler, but now she's kind of fallen off, I feel.
Okay, so A plus it is.
Hmm.
And we have Sobek next.
Sobek is probably my strongest support god, but that's not to say that he's the strongest support god in general.
Okay.
Like, I think he's definitely like number two, honestly.
Alright. Number 2 support. Really?
Yeah,
Over like Kepri?
yes, cause again, like Athena, he can keep initiating with his pluck, and
Okay.
his ultimate is really good for initiating in the middle of a team fight, etc.
Okay, we'll leave him there. And Xbalanque next. Hyper carry late game. Pretty bad early game. Does he deserve S or should he move down?
He deserves us pretty nicely, just
Okay.
because that global blinding thing. It's so stupid.
Yeah. And
Like,
next
I don't
up,
care about the stun. It's just a blind.
yeah, that's really annoying. Xing Chen is next. Probably the top solo laner right now. He's banned almost every ranked game, every um, competitive game. I think he should
Hmm.
move up to S plus.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's moved down to S at all.
Yeah, he's for sure. Would you say he's better than Bologna?
Um, Definitely.
Okay.
I think
And
everybody knows why Shington is really good right now, because his passive is,
pretty insane.
his, and his kit in general is just super offensive. And if you build a max CDR, it's just impossible to deal with.
Yeah. Now next is Zeus, which I feel like is a god that has been getting really overhyped. Like, sure he has a lot of damage, but he has no getaway skill. He's like really slow, and he dies really easily to junglers and such.
Yeah, and his starting base health is really low
Yeah. I
for a
think he should
mage.
be. Do you think he should be moved down to A plus or A?
I'm gonna say A plus because his burst is still really strong,
Okay.
and a Zeus that's like ignored for some reason is just gonna destroy late game.
Yeah. All right, we got Agni next, who's one of my favorite gods of the game. Except I don't think he deserves this A plus spot. I think he's like the pinnacle of balance in Smite. He's not too bad. He's not too good. But I think he should move down to A.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can all agree on that.
Yeah. We have Apollo next. Pretty good hunter right now. He's got the global presence with his ultimate and great boxing potential with his passive.
Though, is he on the same level as Freya and Hou-Yi?
I don't think so. I think he'll see some play at Worlds, but I think we should move him down to A.
Yeah, for now. His tower pushing is great and his rotations, but
Yeah.
in general, he's just not. He's not as strong. Like, he's strong, but not top tier hunter anymore.
Yeah. We have a Wheelix next, who I think got a bit overhyped after she got the buffed her ultimate. I still think she's good for sure, but I don't think she's A plus tier. I would move her down to A.
Yeah, but if this was Xbox, she would stay in A plus.
Yeah. All right.
Next up is Bastet.
Bastet. So Bastet is a god that actually saw like tons of play at the Super Regionals.
Yeah, especially from EU.
Yeah.
I think she definitely deserves A plus, maybe even S, but I think A plus is fine.
Okay. We have Freya, who's a mage that is normally seen in the ADC role because of her too, but can also be seen in the jungle, or even solo. She's a huge hyper carry laking, but if you don't get online, you don't do much damage.
Yeah, I feel like she should be moved down to A just because nobody's been playing her at all.
Yeah, but that's also a surprise factor too. She could be brought out at Worlds with not a lot of people knowing how to play her too.
I expect her to be brought out at Worlds, but I think for now we should put her down to A.
Okay, we already talked about Geb, so Hades. Hades is like normally solo laner, sometimes mid lane. I think he deserves A plus because his laning phase is insane. Like he does so much damage and just clears the like wave instantly, heals, but he doesn't do too much late game. Other than
His team fight presence is really good though.
yeah, but if you're a character with like a leap or a dash, you can just get out of his ultimate. But if you can trap somebody with a Hades ultimate, it's really good.
Hmm.
I think he did. Do you think we should move him up to S, or do you think he should stay in A plus?
He should definitely stay in S or A plus.
Okay.
Um, he's not broken at all.
Yeah.
Like, I've played against many Hades, and I've seen smart plays like they use their silence to clear the wave instead of their dash, and even then, like, they're just not strong in boxing, really.
Yeah. So we have Hun Boss.
Which I think is like a big factor for solo lane right now.
Okay.
Is how well can you box? But carry on.
So we have Hun Boss next, who's basically only plays jungle. He does have a lot of damage. He has an amazing ultimate for team fights, especially. He has like a million leaps and getaway skills.
I think he deserves S, honestly.
Yeah, just because his ultimate is so good.
Yeah, his ultimate literally turns the tide of fights, or just enhances them greatly.
Yeah. Isis next, mid, who's really strong early game. It's like basically depends on if you can hit your spear balls or not. And her ult's great for landing, like securing objectives and such.
A skilled ISIS player is SS, but every other ISIS player is A, so I feel like she should be A, honestly.
Yeah. She's great early game though.
Yeah, she is good early game, and her clear is good, but...
Now Neith. Neith is a character that I think is really good right now. Her early game presence is amazing. She's like an ability based hunter with that global presence with her ultimate. What do you think about Neith?
I mean, she's just good. Like, her laning phase is great.
Yeah.
She can be played in 3 roles: solo, mid, and carry.
I think she's gonna see a lot of play at Worlds.
Definitely. She's gonna be a top tier pick for hunters.
I think we should move her up to S.
Yeah. Okay. I would pick my Neith at the same time I pick Shibalanke.
Yeah. Alright, Nuwa next.
She's very strong, but I don't know.
I think she should move down to A. Like, she doesn't really have a getaway skill, her ult, I guess, but her minions, like her clay minions, sometimes they like attack the wave when you want them to attack a player. And stuff like that. She's still strong though.
And her burst is like
really good.
Yeah. But her 1 is almost useless. Except for the Invis.
Invis is great. Alright, we have Rom next. Basically only played in the hunter role. He's a late game hyper carry. He has the 1 to clear the wave, and he has a steroid on his 2. Also a getaway skill. What do you think about Rom?
Honestly, I think you should move it down to B+.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I think Rom is one of the worst carries in the game.
Wow.
Because sure, his late game is okay, or above average, but like, hunters right now are ability based, and he's auto attack based, really. Like Neith, Shibalanke, Soul.
It just depends on the game, right? If you get a late game with Rom, you can win. But
yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna meet you halfway and put him in A for now.
That's fine.
Alright, Sylvanas next.
On Xbox, he's like B tier though. So.
Yeah, because no one can land his ultimate shots.
Yeah.
Right,
next to this Sylvanas. I think Sylvanas is really strong. I don't know why people stop playing him.
Yeah, I think he deserves A+ for sure. He's got the heal. It depends on if you can land pulls though, which are hard.
If people played him more, I think he should be S, but nobody plays him that really. So.
We have Sun Queen next.
Zhong was really hyped when he first got buffed. Well, not first, but when he got buffed recently.
Yeah.
With his he basically became a guardian with a mage kit. So.
Yeah, a guardian that does a lot of damage, but he was countered by Shell, and he lost a lot at the Super Regionals. But yeah, I think he should still stay in A+.
Yeah, he's still very strong, main pick. It's just you kind of have to find the right matchups, really.
Okay.
Like if you're against like a Khepri, you cannot play Zhong.
Yeah.
Because Khepri always have Shell.
Alright, we have On Her next, who I haven't seen much of like at all.
I would move him down to B tier.
Yeah.
Cause B or B+ or something like that.
I moved down down to B. He got a buff, but really didn't really help him.
Yeah.
Alright, we have Elquan next, who's jungler, who used to be like S plus, like he used to be like banned every single game, but now he got nerfed and I think he's a little bit worse now. Do you think we should move him down to A or, I mean move him down to B plus or keep him in A?
Let's move him down to B plus.
Okay.
Because in the jungle role, he's just, I mean in every role, he's just underwhelming now.
Alright. Ares next, which is basically, Ares I feel like is a character, if you get online, he's like S plus, but if you don't get him online, he's like all the way like down in C tier.
Yeah. If you get behind with Ares, you're just never.
Horrible.
Yeah, Ares is a snowball based god,
Yeah.
and a snowball goes either way. So
a snowball based like support too, which is really interesting, but I think he's just saying A because it just depends on the game for where he stands. The same kind of goes for Bacchus, which is our next god, but I feel like Bacchus is a bit worse, or do you think he should stay in A?
I think that I think he should stay in A, honestly.
Okay. Alright, let's just move on to Chalk, who is great laning phase, but like hits like a wet paper bag in team fights. I feel like...
And he provides nothing, except for maybe an ult that lasts 2 seconds.
I feel like we should move him down to B or B plus.
Let's move him down to B plus.
B plus,
because his slows are fine.
Yeah, he still has a great laning phase too. Kronos is also a snowball kind of type character. Like late game, he's amazing. Doesn't do much early. He can play solo, ADC, maybe even mid. I think he deserves A.
Yeah, and the Chinese teams used a lot of Kronos ADC.
Yeah.
And we should probably expect to see him at Worlds.
Yeah. We have Fenrir next, who saw a lot of play from the Chinese teams, but not too much in NA or EU.
I don't even think we should talk about the Chinese Fenrir. Role swapping support solo.
That was hilarious.
We can keep him in A though. He's still good.
Yeah.
He's like a very average jungler.
Yeah. Next up we have Guan, who I feel like Guan just has no guaranteed damage. Like he has his 3, but his 3 can be cancelled out by a lot of abilities. He has a heal, which is nice, but I don't think Guan's that good personally. What do you say?
I disagree. I think that he's strong in his heals.
Yeah.
And his laning phase is also pretty good in the solo lane. It's just, again, he can't really box, but he provides that ultimate for team fights and stuff. So, I think he can stay in A.
Hercules next.
Hercules has fallen off quite a bit. He used to be the solo laner.
Yeah.
But now he's not the solo laner.
I think we should move him now to B plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not getting played.
Medusa is a god that was really good on her release, but I don't think she's as good now. Like her 2 still does a lot of damage, and she has a dash, but her ultimate like never hits anymore because people just turn around and they don't get petrified. Do you think she deserves A, or should she be moved down?
She should stay in A though. Okay. I feel like people building Bluestone on her are kind of making a mistake. I think that Trans 2 is still the way to go.
Yeah. Because
Bluestone provides like 2 more damage, really. So.
Neja is next.
Dare to Care.
But Dare to Care's not at Worlds.
Rip. Boom, that'll be plus. I don't like him.
Down. Okay, we have Poseidon, who's basically huge ultimate, amazing, one of the best ultimates in the game. He's got the whirlpools, which are nice. I think he deserves to stay in A.
I think he should move up to A plus.
Okay, let's move him up then.
Because I think that he's on the same level as Zeus, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, he has really high burst.
Yeah, insane burst.
And his rotations are strong, and he has a very strong matchup against Janus, which I feel is
important for him.
Very, very important right now. So.
All right, we have Sun Wukong next, who's one of my one of my favorite gods in the game.
D tier.
but Joe hates him. I'm gonna leave him in A because I still think he's pretty good. He has such a bloated kit. Like his kit has so much utility, so many things it can do. I'm leaving him
Yeah. Yeah, but he hits like nothing.
in
He hits like 2 damage.
A. Alright, we have Ymir next.
Ymir is just balanced.
Yeah, not much to say about it. Like, freezes are cool.
The thing that's setting Ymir back though is that every ability that matters on him, he stands still for a second.
True.
And that's really annoying.
Yeah, that's really annoying, especially when using his ultimate. Like, you don't get the full damage most of the time.
Yeah, and his freeze, like, you have to pretty much blink freeze to guarantee a freeze.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna. The tier list is going pretty long right now, and so I think we're just gonna quickly go through some of the lower tier gods and just point out ones that we think should be moved up, since most of these gods probably won't see that much play at Worlds.
Yeah, moving them down is just pointless because they're all in like the same tier pretty much.
I think Kumbhakarna deserves to move up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be A.
He should be A. He's got it. His stun is amazing. He can set up a lot of abilities with his ultimate. He has great clear.
His ult is on like a 2-second cooldown, so.
Yeah. I think Raw should be moved up to A as well.
Yeah, and Raw on Xbox is just, whew.
He's got the heal. If you can hit your ults as Raw, it's amazing. I think he'll see a lot more play. Do you think Thanatos deserves to move up to A too?
With the dirty bubble build going around, I think he does.
Yeah.
That's honestly the only viable build on him.
Yeah, I'll move him to A.
Except for maybe the Morning Star build, but or not the Morning Star, the Hydra Star. So.
True. Who else should we move up? I think Alpwash definitely should move up.
Move up to B+.
Yeah, B+. He's better than B, but I don't think he's gonna see too much play at Worlds since he's like really frail. And if you build Dirty Bubble on him, he just doesn't do much damage.
Well, he already has high base damage, so I would disagree with you there.
Alright.
And his burst is insane, so.
Yeah.
I think Vulcan should move up.
To A?
Yeah. Because
his ults are insane. They do a lot of damage.
If you hit them.
Yeah, if you hit them. He also has the turret in the meatball.
Yeah, and his backfire is okay.
It's decent.
It's good for lane clear, if anything.
I love next up. I love Kukulkan, and I think he should move up to B+. Just because if you hit your ults as Kukulkan, you like destroy everyone.
You know, I think he should move down to C.
But Kukulkan's so fun. He's so
he
great.
Sucks. He sucks.
Okay, I'll just keep him in B then.
Fine. I think Anubis should move up to B+.
Yeah, especially with the Chinese teams using him at Worlds. He has insane damage. Any other notable gods down here?
Kabrakan.
Kabrakan. He can be played in a variety of roles too. He's like a huge counter pick to a lot of gods right now.
Zeus and Soul, mostly.
Yeah. Should he move up to B+ or A?
B+, because B+ is mostly your counter picks and stuff.
Sure. He's mostly just used for counter matchups, not really on most team comps. I think Scylla deserves a mention. She saw a lot of play at last year's Worlds, but she's fallen off since then. I still think her late game is insane. And if you can set up her ults, she just does so much damage.
I'd move her up to B+.
Okay. Anything else you think we should move up, or?
I think. Let's see. I think Tier should move up to A.
Alright.
Because, like, he's really strong in counter picks right now. Especially for, like, Bologna. And I think Shingten? I'm not sure.
Okay. And one more god that we're going to talk about is new Robin. So Robin, he used to be one of the worst characters in the game, but he recently got a huge buff. He's not going to be played at Worlds at all. He's banned from being played at Worlds, but where do you think Robin stands right now?
If I had to give him a tier, I'd say A.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's as strong as like Hades or Osiris.
You think he's being overhyped?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, his one is insane, but his ult's really hard to hit now.
Yeah.
And his root is decent. but it doesn't heal like insane anymore. His passive's okay though.
Yeah, his
So
passive's
maybe
great.
A plus because I forgot about the passive.
Alright, okay. We'll move on to A+. And
Yeah.
that is our finished tier list for January, what's the day today?
3rd,
Third?
2016.
2016. That feels weird saying it. Anyways, thank you all for
Few
watching.
weeks before season 3.
Thank you all for watching. I'll link Joe's Twitter in the description below. And see ya.